Hi and welcome back to the channel. I believe the title of this video is quite self-explanatory. Manchester United need to sack Eric Ten Hag as soon as possible because honestly, man, I mean, what more does this guy need to do for him to get the sack? Like literally, the amount of negative records he's broken during his time at Manchester United. Oh, honestly, there are some bad ones, man. I mean, some really, really bad ones. But then before I even get to those records, right? About 4 months ago, I released a video stated, or rather titled, Why Manchester United Needs to Sack Eric Ten Hag. Now, when I tell you the amount of abuse I got on that video in the comment section, oh my God, like seriously, all the Ten Hag inners came out in full force and they were in my comments. They were just basically telling me I don't know football, I should get behind the manager, I'm not a Manchester United fan, I'd have no idea what I'm doing. Some even told me to delete the channel. Like, believe it or not, they genuinely told me, you need to delete this rubbish channel. You don't know what you're talking about. Ten Hag's the man for the job and he's going to take us back to to challenging for titles. Now, I'll admit, I did that video, I think 2 or 3 days prior to the FA Cup final, right? And I stated in that video, I said I didn't think we'd be able to beat Manchester City in the FA Cup final. But then I did, however, say that ideally we would beat Manchester City in the FA Cup final. Let Eric Ten Hag have his moment. Let him celebrate with the fans, with the players, say his goodbyes. But come the next day, literally like the day after winning the FA Cup final, I said Ineos should sack him. Lo and behold, we went and won the FA Cup final. Now, after winning the FA Cup final, Man United fans or Man United's top reds or these Ten Hag inners decided to go and basically write a petition and sent it to Ineos, stating why Manchester United needed to keep Eric Ten Hag in a job. Now, Ineos didn't necessarily listen to them because what Ineos went and did is, even though Ten Hag had won the FA Cup final, they went and interviewed Mauricio Pochettino, they went and interviewed Thomas Tuchel, and apparently they also went and interviewed Roberto De Zerbi. However, they couldn't reach an agreement with any of the three managers. So what did they do? They said, oh, no, you know what, let's be smart here. The fans want him to stay. They've even written a petition and sent it to us. He's just won an FA Cup. There's a bit of momentum. Let's buy ourselves some time. Let's trigger the extension or the extra year on his contract. Because remember, Ten Hag had 1 year left on his contract with an option of a further year left on his contract. So what Ineos did was, you know what, they said, you know what, we'll keep Ten Hag. The fans want him to stay, right? He's just won an FA Cup, so there's a high, there's a euphoria, there's momentum. Cool, let's keep him. They triggered the extra year on his contract, which meant that Ten Hag now has a 2-year deal at Man United, right? That makes the fans happy, whilst buying themselves time to look for the actual manager who they would like to take the job forward, moving forward rather. Now, I'll be honest, when they made that decision, right, I'm not gonna lie, I was annoyed. I really was. I said, you can't be making decisions based off Manchester United fans because we all know they're very emotional and nostalgic and all of that stuff. So make a professional decision, make the best decision for the club. However, they made their decision and I said, you know what, it's fine. I said, cool, let me see how it does. The window opens, Ineos sign Matthias de Ligt, Joshua Zirkzee, Manuel Ugarte, who else? Mazraoui, and I think I forgot someone, Lenioro. Ineos backed Ten Hag to the moon and back. There's not a single Manchester United fan who can say that Ten Hag was not backed. Yes, maybe you can say we should have signed a left back. Cool, I hear that. However, we got 90% of the work done in terms of the transfer window. We gave Ten Hag what he needed. The players he wanted, we got for him. The profiles he wanted, we got for him. But now, the season starts and Eric Ten Hag proves my point as to why I said he needed to get sacked during the summer. We've played about 7 or 8 games in all competitions so far since the season started. We've only won 3. 3 wins out of like 8 games. And guess who those 3 wins were against? 1-0 win against Fulham, 7-0 smashing of Barnsley, a League 2 side, and we beat Southampton as 1 or 2-0, a team that just come from a flipping championship. Now, as if the fact that we've only had 3 wins in our competition so far isn't bad enough, we also had to lose 3-0 to both our top 6 rivals. Liverpool came to Old Trafford and smashed us 3-0. Spurs came to Old Trafford and smashed us 3-0 as well. This is not a proper Spurs, which we know like this is a top side under Ange Postecoglou. A rubbish, bang average Spurs came and smashed us 3-0 at home. And no one's going to tell me it's because of the red card, because yes, Bruno Fernandes got himself stupidly sent off. However, they were already dominating us, even with 11 men. So now, given all that's happened so far, 8 or 9 games into the season, the very same fans that were in my comments 4 months ago in my video, like I said, they're now changing their tune. They're now saying, you know what? I think Ten Hag's not the guy. I think he's not the. He might not be the one. He needs to get sacked. And I'm there sitting like, what? What's going on here? These are the very same fans who were saying keep Ten Hag in. I'm negative for wanting him gone. I don't know football. I just want the team to lose. As if I actually celebrate the team losing. I was happy when we won the FA Cup final. I genuinely was. I was very happy. But I still said, even though we've won the final, sack him. So now these Ten Hag inners backed him and they said, give him a third season. No, they even wrote a petition, like I said, to Ineos. Give him a third season under proper structure. Now the proper structure is here. Ineos are there. The proper structure is there. There's a proper footballing structure above Eric Ten Hag, because that was apparently the biggest reason why Ten Hag wasn't performing last season. He didn't have a proper footballing structure above him, and he had too many injuries. This season, we have not had any injuries. The only person who's been injured is flipping Luke Shaw, who's always flipping injured anyways. Malacia has not played football for over a year, so we can't really count him. So basically, the only proper injury we've had was an injury to Lenny Yoro, who's out for at least 3 months. That's the only injury. Don't tell me about flipping Rasmus Højlund. He's been trash. So what's the excuse now? The structure is there. The players are there. And like I said, you Ten Hag inners, why are you now changing your tune? Give him the third year. You guys wanted him to get the third year. The third year is here, and 8 or 9 games into the season, now you guys are changing your minds. What do you want? This is exactly what I said when I said Ineos should not be making decisions based on Manchester United's feelings and emotions, because these lot are a flippin' emotional bunch. Very, very emotional, very, very sentimental, and very, very nostalgic. I mean, this fan base literally watched Ten Hag finish 8th with a negative goal difference last season, right? But because he won the FA Cup final, they said give him an extra year. Bloody idiots. Look at them now. Now they're saying, no, actually, you know what, he might not be good enough. I think it's time for him to, he might need to go. But we told you this. I told you this. I told you this. And the very same bunch, right, will be out there saying, oh no, all these Ten Hag artists are very negative. Yes, we finally seen what you were saying, but you don't need to be all smug about it. Who's being smug? These are the very same bunch that were busy chatting shit after Eric Ten Hag won the FA Cup. They were in my mentions. Whenever I did a YouTube video, I was getting comments. Ten Hag's won the FA Cup final. Hold that. You don't know football. He's proved you wrong. Who's he proved wrong now? You're the very same bunch who were saying we must keep it, but now you're saying get rid of him. So much for proving me wrong. I told you that FA Cup papered over the cracks. The man has not been good enough since he came to the club. And I saw it as soon as he abandoned his principles and his philosophy. How do you go from playing total football to saying, no, actually, I can't play the way I played at Ajax because I didn't have the players? Well, guess what? You've got the players now. If you look at the squad which played against, or rather the starting 11 which played against Spurs, right? Andre Onana, his signing. Mazraoui, his signing. Matthijs de Ligt, his signing. Martinez, his signing. Dalot, he gave him a new contract. He said he wanted to keep him at the for a long period at the club. Okay, cool. Move on to the midfield. Kobbie Mainoo, he promoted him, so he basically his signing. Flipping Ugarte, his signing. Bruno Fernandes, he gave him the armband when he came to the club. He gave him the captain's armband, gave him a new bumper deal, even though he doesn't deserve it, that prick. And then moving it on, so again, basically his player. And then you move on to the attack, you got Marcus Rashford. He gave him a new contract. Again, he didn't deserve it. He was absolutely trash, and he refuses to drop him. So basically his player. Joshua Zirkzee literally signed him. Who's on the right? Garnacho, he promoted him, gave him his first appearance for the club. His signing. These are all his players. If you want to take it even further, go and look into the bench. Who was on the bench? Altay Bandia, the reserve goalkeeper who he refuses to use. His signing. Anthony, he spent £88 million on him. Refuses to use him. Eriksen, he refuses to, it's his signing as well. Who else was there? Who else was on the bench? Mason Mount, spent £60 million on him. Can't even start him. His signing. I've mentioned about at least What? Out of the starting 11, or rather, the full squad that was available against Tottenham Hotspur this Sunday, about 80% of those players are his players. I mean, yes, granted, some of the players are not good enough. And I'm seeing some fans saying, no, it's not the manager's fault. The players that are here are not good enough. Who signed the players? He advocated for us to sign the players. This is the same manager who accepted for us to move from someone like Frankie de Jong as a target to going to someone like Casemiro, who's a totally different profile from Frankie de Jong. That's what I was saying when I said that he abandoned his principles and his philosophy, all in the name of trying to, I don't know, survive at Manchester United. And then he dares and comes out and tells us, I can't play the way I played at Ajax here at Man United. Why? Because you're not good enough. Look at Arne Slot. Yes, he's inherited a very good squad at Liverpool, but he didn't live Feyenoord and come and abandon his principles. He stuck to them. That's what a manager who has anything about him does. You stick to your principles. Klopp, he came to Liverpool. They were an absolute mess. He stuck to his gegenpressing type of football, and he built his squad year in, year out until they were good enough to challenge for league titles and Champions League titles. Look at Mikel Arteta as well. He had his own style of play. He did not abandon it. He went to Arsenal. They were absolutely rubbish, getting beaten week in, week out. The first 2 years at the club. Third season, he turned things around, started to play good football. Ten Hag gave up on his style of principle, and I personally refuse to back a man who cannot back himself. I cannot do it. I'm sorry. It goes against everything that I believe in. This manager is absolutely out of his depth and he's not good enough. I'm telling you now. We could give him another full season and guess where we'll finish? In fact, where are we right now in the league? Are we 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th? I don't even know. But I'm sure we on the bottom half of the table with a negative goal difference. 6 games in, 6 Premier League games in, we're already on a negative goal difference and on the bottom half of the league. This is absolutely unacceptable. There's no other big club which would tolerate this. Do you think Eric Ten Hag, for example, right? These idiots that tell me, no, Ten Hag won us the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, so you should stay at the club. You're a fucking idiot. Do you think if it was at Real Madrid and he won the fucking Copa del Rey by beating flipping Barcelona in the final, but finished fucking 8th with a negative goal difference, do you think he'd stay at the job? President Perez would sack him very, very, very quickly. He wouldn't be there. But at United, again, we've got these sentimental, nostalgic fans who will back a useless manager simply because, oh no, there's nothing better out there. How do you know there's nothing better out there? I mean, Hansi Flick was available last summer, but many United fans would have told you he's not available. He's top of the league now and flipping, La Liga. He's top of La Liga, but last season when he was available, Man United fans would have been telling you there's no good manager available out there. Look at him now. Enzo Maresca's just gone from Leicester to Chelsea. He has them cooking. In his first season, he's got a style of play there. Yes, he's got good players, but his style of play is there, and you can see what he's trying to do. This manager is not doing anything at the club. Absolutely pathetic. Useless guy, man. And then he comes out every time talking about this fucking Carabao Cup and FA Cup as if it's the Champions League and the Premier League. This is Manchester United, man. Not fucking Ajax. Get rid of this manager. The sooner Ineos sack this manager, the better things will be. We've now got two tough games coming up away from home. FC Porto away and Aston Villa away from home. I know Mr. Unai Emery is busy licking his lips wherever he is right now because he just wants, he honestly cannot wait to play us at Villa Park. But you know what the funny thing is? We might even go and beat Porto away from home. Highly unlikely, but it's possible. We could look, for argument's sake, right? We could go beat Porto away from home, go beat Aston Villa away from home, but guess what? And then go into the international break, right? Let's say we keep it. And then as soon as we come back from international break, whoever we play, whether it's a big team or a small team, they will absolutely embarrass us. This manager's inconsistencies are way too much. He's out of his depth. This transitional football, this 3-1-6 nonsense formation. Get rid of him. Bring me a proper manager who will play good, attractive football. I am tired of watching horrible football at this football club. Honestly, I'm sick of it. I just want to enjoy watching my club. I just want to enjoy watching my club play football. Just play attractive, good football. And also win trophies whilst doing it. You can't just be winning the Carabao Cup and FA Cup whilst playing rubbish football. If you're going to play rubbish football, then you better be delivering me the Premier League and the Champions League. That's the only way I'll be accepting such rubbish football. But to play rubbish football, have negative goal difference, be finishing fucking 8th or 12th or 13th or 14th or whatever it is that we are right now, it's not acceptable. So my thing is simple. All I ask from Ineos right now is to sack this manager. They have backed him. They've given him more than... He's spent about £600 million since he came to this club. Half the players he bought, he doesn't even want to use. He doesn't want to use Anthony. He doesn't want to use Mount. He doesn't want to use Casemiro. The guys he spent the big bucks on, he doesn't want to use them. So why give him more money? Like, honestly, if we keep this manager any longer, we will easily finish in the bottom 5 of this league. I wouldn't be surprised to see us finish 15th by the end of the season if we kept him in the Tenag for the rest of the season. He's that bad. He's that bad. He is so bad. I mean, I even saw a stat, right, stating that during Eric Ten Hag's tenure, since he came to Manchester United, Everton Football Club have scored more goals than us. I mean, this is an Everton side that's literally been in the relegation battle. Yet they've scored more goals than us. How is that acceptable? Totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. There were even some more damning stats that I saw earlier on. Let me see if I can find them. Here we go. Manchester United have had 21 losses and 79 goals conceded in the 58 Premier League games that Manchester United have played since they last won the Carabao Cup. Let me repeat that. Since we won the Carabao Cup, we've had 21 losses and conceded 79 goals in 58 Premier League games. And as if that's not bad enough, right? We've only had one win in 12 against the big 6 sides. We've only won one European game under Eric Ten Hag in his tenure at this club. We've conceded 3 or more goals in 25 different games. 3 or more goals conceded in 25 different games under this manager's tenure. Like, trust me, the list is endless, and it's so bad what this guy has done to my club, man. And to listen to him talk about the fucking FA Cup and Carabao Cup as if it's the Champions League and Premier League, it's honestly infuriating. The sooner Ineos sack this man, the better. I'm not saying whoever they bring in will win us the Premier League title, but I'm sure he'll have us playing better football than Eric Ten Hag. Honestly, sack this fraud tonight if possible. But anyways, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section. Do you think, in fact, Eric Ten Hag, this one's for you. Is there anyone who still feels Ten Hag should stay? If there is, fair enough. Let me know in the comment section why you feel Ten Hag should stay in the club. Let me know. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Let me know in the comment section. But yeah, anyways, if you haven't already, please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.